All right, everybody. How we doing today? How are we doing? Welcome in. Oh, I forgot to make you big screen. There we go. Hmm. It's my fault. My fault. All right.
There I am.
Perfect. Well, welcome to episode one. We made it. We made it without a
Yes,
hiccup.
we
All
did.
right. We made it. So, welcome to episode one, everybody. It's our very first episode of Coaching Dads Unfiltered. This podcast is where, hey, we're just two millennial dads and we keep it real about fatherhood, marriage, sports, and everything in between. I'm glad to introduce myself to you. I'm Devin.
And I'm Adam. We're just two dads in our 30s. Best described as part time coaches, full time dads, full on about everything real life. That's how we go.
Yeah, so we thought it would make sense to go ahead and kick things off by letting you guys get to know us a little bit, who we are, what inspired this whole thing, and what you can expect every week from the Coaching Dads crew. I like that, Coaching Dads crew. I think that's pretty cool. So here we go. It's easy. It's fun. It's gonna be real. But before we get into all of the nitty gritty, why don't you go ahead and let's start with Adam. You know what I'm saying? So tell him a little bit about your background, where you're from, how many kids, what kind of dad would you say you are, how long you
Hmm.
been how long you been kicking the coaching thing around.
Originally from Hammond. I spent most of my childhood there. I moved over to Griffith. I got my lovely wife, Courtney. We've been married for 12 years. I got my three kids, Luke, Abby, and Emma. They are 11, 9, and 5. So I've been dealing with the kids for a while, and I've been coaching since Luke was probably about 5 or 6. I'm a police officer. I'm with Griffith Pop Warner. I'm the president over there, so I don't have days off. It's always work.
I hear
How about
that.
you? How about you, Dev?
Nah,
Just
man.
let everybody know what you're about.
Yeah, so I have been in Northwest Indiana for a while. I bounced around a lot when I was younger in between Illinois and Indiana, but we finally settled out here in Northwest Indiana. I've been in Griffith now, wow, 9 years. Yeah, 2016 we moved out here. So yeah, 9 years. Married my beautiful wife Kelsey out here in 2016. We have Riley. She is 6 going on 16 real quick. But she's the one and only. Man, I do a lot. I wear a lot of hats. Some people joke and say I'm a Jamaican out here because I am an educator during the daytime. I'm a DJ in the evening. I also, some folks might recognize me. I make content on the side as well. Um, and yeah, now recently I joined Griffith Pop Warner as well, alongside my buddy Adam here. This is my first year coaching. We did the flag season. I'm very excited to get into the fall season. But made a name for myself, got some people recognizing me, and now I'm the commissioner of football for Griffith Pop Warner.
Hey,
So super excited about what the future holds when it comes to that. Super excited. Um, yeah, man. Let's talk about why we even started this thing.
yeah. Well, why did it show? It came out of nowhere. Let's talk, Dev. How do we get this thing started? Why do we get this thing rolling?
I think the first light bulb that went off to me was when me and you we had a little moment. You know what I'm saying? We had a little moment about
Uh oh.
dealing with loss. You know what I'm saying? We had a little moment.
Yeah.
And no better time to talk about being a dad, being a man, being about that family life, marriage, than right now. There's a lot of folks out there that are uncomfortable with those conversations, or not even so much uncomfortable, but like it's uh, all. It is. I grew up to where like almost having emotions as a man was almost frowned upon, right? And as we've come to see, that is far from the truth. As a veteran myself, and then also just dealing with some things over the last couple of years, it's like you gotta find an outlet.
Yeah.
And it just kind of was crazy how I even brought it up to you the other day that like it just happened that this all kind of fell together and correlated also in June, which happens to be Men's Mental Health Month. So like it just was it's almost like they say the stars align
The
Um,
line perfect.
you know what I mean? Like it really came together just like that. Like
Yeah.
it was put in front of us on purpose to do this.
Yep.
And just it just has been easy to get it together. I mean, you guys, you know, it just is easy. Yeah, and it made
Yeah.
sense,
Like they
and me and
just
you
stood
have
there and
good
held a
chemistry.
little title in front of us and like, hey, come
Fact.
get it. We're waiting
Right,
for you.
exactly. So, yeah, it was just it just felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Um, I will say too, though, is like what also pushed us is like we've talked about a few times in our gym sessions is that there's just not enough spaces for not even just dads, but like, family members in whole. You may not be a dad, you could be a brother, cousin, uncle, mom, dad, sister, whatever. That just don't talk enough, right? A lot of
Right.
people feel unheard, unseen, and we wanted to kind of start a place and environment where people can speak openly and honestly and know that they're heard and not alone. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
add on the fact that we're, what do they call us now? Millennials. You know what I'm saying? We're married,
Yeah.
raising
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
coaching. It
Yeah.
just made sense. We had a lot of life experiences that really just lined up and made it make sense for us to go ahead and start doing this.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We would just wanted to, and we also wanted to bring that unfiltered with us. We didn't want to just be kind of the plain Janes. We're sticking to this script. We're doing this. No, we just want to be open to everything. We're not experts. We're just regular dads
Yeah.
that do coaching, that do life, that deal with kids all the time, and we just want to be us. And that's why we're doing this. This is our goal. We want to spread the word. We want people to, come ask us questions. We want people to be more involved and spread what they want out.
Yeah. No, yeah, and that's what makes sense, Again, it makes sense, like, um, yeah, I mean, we've had it me and like I said, me and Adam really it's crazy how this really came about because like, I was really thinking about it, like, Adam really kinda linked out, like, just a little over 90 days ago. It was a little bit longer than that, but it, like, really like, us, like, really took that step, like, 90 days ago to where we went from, like,
Yeah.
just acquaintances to, like, brothers, like, real fast,
Yeah.
and you don't once you get in this stage of life with careers, with families and things like that, those type of people come very few and far between. I think both of us will admit that we have very small circles to begin with, and then being
Yep.
able to expand that circle with each other lately has really been genuinely fun,
Yeah,
all jokes aside.
absolutely. And it
So,
helps, our daughters
yeah.
are in the same class.
Yeah.
They're the same age.
Right.
So it's just like, oh hey, we were sitting at one of the events for Griffith, and my daughter's like, oh Riley, and we're like, what? Hey, how
Yeah.
did you know guys know each other? We're like, oh, we're in
Yeah.
the same class. It's like, oh, all right, well, hey, guess what? Here we are.
Yeah.
I'm Adam. I'm Dev. Let's go.
Right. All from like I mentioned before, me being a good DJ, you know what I'm saying? So his wife was part of the parent teacher committee for the schools, and I just happened to also be a
Mhm.
part of that. And she had come to a couple events and had seen your boy DJ a little bit and was like, hey, hold on now. We should bring him on over. And you just never know where those opportunities. It's always funny how life works out like that. So speaking
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
wives, let's make sure that we're clear and honest, okay? They the real MVPs today. All right. They've been holding it
Absolutely.
down. You guys don't even
They're
know
on
how
their
much
ideas.
right, yeah. You guys really don't know. Like this happened over the span of like a week. And like really
Right.
they hustled and got boots on the ground for us over the last 24 to 48 hours, 72 hours at this point, and just giving us the space and support for us to put this thing together. Both
Yeah.
Courtney and Kelsey spoke us up very highly because we were both like, wait a
Whoop,
minute,
whoop.
maybe we
Uh,
shouldn't, but they were like, nah, maybe you
They're
should.
like, nope, let's
So
get to the bottom of it. We gonna start getting this
facts.
stuff together right
Right.
now. We
Exactly.
ain't
I mean,
waiting.
you
Why
know,
wait? Like, hey,
she had imaginated the uh, logo for us real quick. She's like, hey, yo, check it out.
yeah,
You
I got this. We're like, hey,
know,
ooh, all right. I don't even know if it was like 10 minutes into us, like, all right, let's do this. And 10
facts.
minutes later, she's like, hey, here it is. This is what we're doing. How does it look? We're like,
Yeah.
excellent. We'll
Facts.
take it.
Hey, let's move. Hey, we moving forward, I guess, right? We
And on
moving
top of
forward.
it, Courtney actually came up with our podcast name.
2000%.
We were sitting
2000%.
outside, and she's like just throwing off names, and you heard the one, and you're like, "Oh, stop right there. Say it again." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's it. That's what we are.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they say, man, things like this, like if you ever have a little bit of success, and everybody measures success a little bit differently, like shit, just getting this off today is successful for us, you know what I'm saying? Like the things
Right.
that we did,
Yeah.
yeah, the things that we just did over the week has been crazy. So,
Yeah, it's been nonstop.
yeah,
We're still finding our time with our families. We're still going to the gym every day to make sure that we're checking on ourselves, making ourselves better,
yeah,
along with our family. Because what we had dinner last night at your house.
yep,
It's not
yeah,
like we're just kind of veering away from each other. No, we're just
yeah.
getting closer and closer and closer. Soon enough, I'm gonna have to get a bigger house so you guys can move in. We all be together the whole time.
Crazy. I actually said that when we left your house last time that you the type of people we just buy a compound and we just got a golf cart. We just going back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah, that's all it takes.
Hilarious. Hilarious. But nah, man. Um, we are super excited. We're super excited about just doing this. Like I said, it's a some of you out there already know me and know that I've been a part of the whole internet space for a little bit. Some of you guys saw me go through some stuff live on the internet. And so this is just another option and another opportunity for me to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Be honest and just get that y'all might end up in our this might be our own therapy for you, but also your therapy
Yeah,
back, right? Like the whole point of why we wanted to do it both ways, where it is, a standard podcast and video on demand, but also have the live aspect of it is because we want your interaction. I think that's what really elevates a lot of content is the fact that you all can listen to us when you want to because you may be like, oh man, yeah, they spoke about this. This is a really good topic, like, let me go back and refresh myself on that. Or like,
right.
Adam said something really dope. Let me go ahead and refresh, or let me share this with my boy, or whatever the case is. But then also, you can come in and like we have two live chats right now. We've got folks chatting on YouTube. We've got folks chatting on Twitch.
And we
And
got,
it's
shout out to Kelsey, by the way. I see her responding to everybody. Thank you,
yeah,
Kelsey, for
yeah,
responding.
yeah,
Hello, everyone in the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat.
she a super
We'll
mod.
try to get as much. If you guys got questions, man, shoot them out. We'll try to answer when we can. We're just trying to do a little intro of us and what our podcast is really about.
Facts. Ev, you could definitely have the old house, bro. It'd be perfect for you. Um, but yeah, like we talked about earlier, it's just an opportunity to really have real life conversations. Like when we were going through topics, like we already have surprisingly, we already have like 10 topics already planned. And even last night, like we brought up one and we were like, whoa, 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 we don't want to talk about that. And then it was like,
Yeah, we're gonna veer away from
well,
that one.
but then it was like,
But then again,
well, if we
Courtney
deliver it
throws it
this
out there
way,
like, "Wait a minute, you guys could do it just a different way." We're like,
correct.
"Oh,
Deliver
okay."
it this
Because the
way.
women think more for us. We're just, we're like, "Hey, all right, we'll just go with it. Yeah, whatever."
What
Like,
you
no,
need
hey,
to
how about you bring
realize
it back?
is, yeah, this is a full production effort, is what we're really trying to say. We just happen to
Yeah,
be the ones that are in front of the camera today.
yeah.
You
They're,
never
they'll
know. They
they'll be
might,
joining us. They
yeah,
will.
yeah. I think,
Maybe not today, but soon they will be on this show with us.
yeah, there's an unfiltered for a reason. You never know. We might get some after dark episodes and some couples episodes, and just again, like you never know what this grows into. That's the great part about it is that,
Right.
like we mentioned, they gave us phenomenal support, and that's what we're extremely thankful for. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I see a
So
lot
what's
of
the plan,
names.
Dev?
Oh, the
What do we
plan.
expect? What
So
do
the
we
plan
expect
is
every week?
we are going to do an episode every week, both audio and video. The nice thing about what we've got going on here too is that it will not always be the same day. Purely because my boy mentioned he is a police officer and he's got quite the nice rotational schedule. So it just makes sense for us to go ahead and drop it weekly. Now, what I will tell you is we already have social media set up across the board. Literally, you can find us
Hmm.
on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, obviously here on YouTube and Twitch, and we have a Facebook page. And we will do a really, really good job of being communicative across those platforms about when
Mhm.
the next episode is coming. So, for instance, I can tell you right now that we're here today, and then the next one will probably be the 17th, which is a week from today. Actually, I can
Yeah.
almost guarantee you that we will do the 17th. Yeah. Yep, sure can guarantee you that we will do the 17th. And
So
then
we could
again,
we ran into an issue with Facebook. You know, obviously we just started it, but you can't go live on Facebook until what is it, 60 days after you open up the account. So we kind of got to wait a little bit to open that one. But obviously we're gonna post our video on our Facebook after we're done with this episode. That way
correct.
people can go back and watch it, and since
That's
they
right.
missed it and whatever.
Yeah, and the other nice thing too is when we go live on YouTube, I don't have to edit a mother thing. You know what I'm saying? It just stays right
Mhm.
there. And the live video is and just posts itself
You just
right
hit
there. I love
share.
it. Facts. It's automatically there. I love it. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make sure we get links up of all the videos out. And anytime that we're also gonna ask you guys to help us out with some topics because maybe there's some things you guys and gals out there want to
Uh oh,
talk
I
about
already
with
see
us.
it.
Oh, what's
Someone's
the
asking for an
ideas? Yeah,
idea for
what's the
episode 2.
ideas? Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, we'll be there. But also I want to put it out there. We're gonna be on all the audio platforms, all the good ones, at least, right? So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. I think like Google now has, is it like Google Podcasts or Google Music or whatever it is, they have
Yeah.
one. All the big ones, we're gonna be out there as well. So make sure if you're, taking a drive, you're in the shower, working out, at work, whatever you want to do. Sometimes maybe you want to put us on because you want to see our pretty faces, and we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
That, or you
Adam,
kind of want to go to sleep because our
yeah,
boring voices or something.
right.
You know.
Adam was called Travis Kelsey about 7 times over 48 hours. So like you keep telling him, you
Yeah.
put that in the
Yeah.
comment every week, he
My
gonna
head, my
love it.
head might just keep getting bigger and bigger. You know, maybe I'll even throw my Travis Kelsey jersey on one episode.
You
That way, you
never
guys can
know.
just take a screenshot and be like, "Hey, look who I'm watching." You know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but wherever you'd like to consume your podcast, we're gonna be there. So that's also a big thing for us is we want to make sure that we're getting our message out to as many people as possible because like we talked about, there's a lot of times where folks just feel alone, unheard. And if we can put, just a small, small dent in that, uh, we know that we're doing something that's worthwhile. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we live here with a bunch of, like we said, we volunteer a lot of time already for the youth, keeping the folks off the streets and getting them more disciplined and excited about athletics and things of that nature. And it's important to us, right? Like, you don't become a
Yeah.
cop for no reason. You don't become an educator for no reason. Like, nobody signs up for those jobs just to be like, hey, I need a paycheck, right?
Right.
And so we just felt like that passion could easily be carried over behind the microphone, behind the camera. And so here we are. But
Yeah.
like we mentioned earlier, Instagram, TikTok, all of those fun things, they're gonna be there for you. We're gonna do the whole cool clip thing. So eventually we'll have staged clippable moments. Don't worry. Today's not one of them.
No, no. Today's just our little intro and explain what we're about and why we're here.
How long you think we gonna talk to the people while we on these microphones, man?
I mean, I guess it really just depends on how much we got to talk about, you know? I mean, sometimes we can go for up to an hour, maybe sometimes more. I wouldn't say 30 minutes, 30 minutes is a little short.
Yeah.
But then again, people do listen to just 30-minute podcasts and they enjoy it. So it really just depends, especially, if we get more interaction with people asking questions, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll stay on as long as we can to answer everybody's question and try to take care of everybody because that's what we're about. We're about
Yeah.
taking care of everybody and doing what we have to.
Yeah. That's where it's at, man. So let's rapid fire. I'm gonna go off the cuff and rapid fire. You
Uh-oh.
mentioned Travis Kelsey. Who's your favorite football team?
My favorite football team?
Your favorite football team.
I grew up with the Bears.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm a big Bears fan. As much as they, kind of suck right now. Well, I wouldn't say right now. Right now they're playing good. Okay, but growing up it was rough to watch. Granted, I had to watch the Super Bowl game with the Colts and the Bears. My dad was a Colts fan, and we
Oh,
made a
that's
little
tough.
deal that the Bears would win. I said the Bears. He said the Colts. Opening kickoff was a return from Tevin Hester touchdown. I'm like, yep. We signed a contract. I said, if the Bears win, you get me a Devin Hester jersey. This was before, and then he said if the Colts win, I had to cut the grass all summer. Um, Needless to say,
It was a
I
long
lost.
summer.
But the best part is my dad didn't like nobody else cutting his grass, so I didn't have to cut the grass either. So I kind of won both ways.
Hey, there you go. There
All
you
right,
go.
since
All
you
right.
threw it at me, I'm gonna throw it right back at you.
I'm also
Favorite
a Bears
football team?
fan. Yeah, I'm born and raised and bred Chicagoan, big time Bears fan. Also, if those of you that don't know, also really enjoyed Northwestern, the Wildcats. So just wanted to point that out there. I know I got this
Whoa,
Illinois hat
whoa, whoa,
on.
whoa, 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 whoa! Northwestern. Kelsey, I want to see you in this chat. Please say something about Northwestern, please. Back me up here. This came out of nowhere one day. We were headed to the gym, me, Kelsey, and Devin, and he's like, "Yeah, I like Northwestern." She's like, "What? Since when?" And I'm like, "Oh, all right. Now we're just
Nah,
telling
see,
lies
she
now."
forgot. She just forgot because I married into Illinois, but I was a Northwestern
Uh,
fan before then. I'm trying to tell y'all,
yeah.
man.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, no,
Sure.
it's all good. No, but I am. I'm a huge big time Bears fan. Big time Bears fan. All right, so let's run it back again. What is the favorite family meal? That's a good one because Courtney be slapping anytime she gets behind the stove.
All of us. I would say I love when she makes the Cajun chicken pasta or shrimp pasta.
Okay.
Um, I'm a big fan of it. Granted, the two little ones, the girls, are not big fans of it. You know, um, Luke loves it. Well, Luke loves any food. You know,
Yeah.
he's an eater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when she makes that, that's probably our favorite. Now,
Okay.
me, I'm a pizza guy. I love pizza, and I don't care
Mm,
where it comes from. Everyone could talk about Little Caesars. I'll spend $6 and buy a pizza, and I'll eat it.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I see Kelsey. She cooks all the time.
Yeah.
She'd be making you breakfast burritos. She'd be making everything. She made us a great dinner last night.
Hey, the breakfast
How about you?
burritos, dog. The breakfast
What's your
burritos don't
that's your
miss.
favorite?
Bro, not my favorite, but them bad boys do not miss, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough because she's a baker too.
Oof. Oh, your pumpkin, the pumpkin.
Dude, the pumpkin bars is also do not
It's
miss.
coming.
Like they do
It's
not
coming.
miss.
That's soon. Fall's coming around the corner.
Yeah, I can't wait. Oh man, yeah, Kels, we need pumpkin bars for the kids. I didn't even think about that. We definitely need
Kids,
to
now we
do
talk about us.
that.
We want them first. The kids can get them
uh
after.
man, let's see. What is my favorite? Kelsey made, and you know what's crazy? I'm gonna say this, and she's gonna be like, I really don't remember. But there was one time she made this Tex-Mex meatloaf, and I absolutely drool about it. I love it. But anytime she throws together, well, Nana, you own the lasagna. That's your
Uh
lasagna. But
oh.
don't worry. The Tex-Mex meatloaf, or anytime she throws together like a meatloaf, or like she's done like some bomb shepherd's pies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, those don't ever
Oh, you
miss.
said
Those are
mama make some good lasagna, huh?
oh yeah, Nana. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
yeah,
well, we're gonna have
Nana,
to,
her lasagna is crazy
I'd love
good.
to be a judge in that too.
Oh
I,
yeah.
lo-
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you down there. I mean, you halfway there when you guys go to Tennessee. We'll just keep on going down to
oh yeah,
Atlanta, and
absolutely.
then we'll get you some lasagna for sure.
Now let's see. What made you want to coach football?
Ooh. So truthfully, I played a lot of sports growing up. I did a lot of things growing up. Very fortunate to give a shot at a lot of things. Tried baseball, got hit in the face. That was it. I was out. You get hit in the face with a line
It
drive as a
changes
kid. Hey,
everything.
you do not forget. You be like, I'm good. Um, I just love football. And all right, I'm gonna tell a story. I love football, right? Like actually love football. And I played for a long time. Again, if you know me, I played for like 13 years of my life, right? Played after high school in military leagues, played semi-pro. And if the Chicago Rush hadn't have folded, I would have been a member of the Chicago Rush. All right. Like I was okay. Not great, but okay. Um, I didn't know that it would give me the feeling that it gives me. So my initial answer was just purely because I loved football and I just love being around football. Now, after doing the flag thing, man, like just it's like almost like a two times, right? Because it's like
Yeah,
you get excited because they get excited, and that
right.
like and the energy is just crazy electric.
Well, like I told you, when I had parents on my team on the opposite side of the field, saying, "Hey, we want that coach to coach our kids for tackle," and they don't even know who you are. They just see
Yeah,
how you coach these little ones, and they're
yeah,
like, "Yeah, he's great. We want him." And I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I know."
Um, man, but like, yeah, like that last game that we played, like a lot of people came up to me and they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys were out there like the little giants. They could have done it all." Da da
Yeah,
da da da.
yeah. Courtney,
It
that's what
just,
Courtney said. Courtney was sitting in the bleachers, we're watching. They're like, "Man, look at these little kids. They are a team right now." You
yeah,
know, coming from sitting on the sidelines picking their nose to
yeah,
actually playing and being real. And Courtney's like, "They look like they're like from that movie, that the Little Giants." I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
well, you know,"
yeah.
and it's
So
great to
like,
watch that. You know.
it was cool. It was just cool and getting like them to fall in love with a sport that I fall in love with. And not even necessarily like you're going out of your way to persuade them or sell it, but just do like your interaction, your relationship, your knowledge and like them picking up and like learning. It was just I'll be a coach until somebody tells me I can't be at this point. Like I love it. Like I will be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Why you? What made you decide, coach?
So I played middle school and high school.
Okay.
I always loved football. That was my number one thing was football. You know, my parents were at every single game. Granted, you know, they had to run back and forth from other sports with my brothers, but you know, they were always at every football game. Like, you know, my mom was used to sit in the stands with a boot on her foot when she broke her ankle. You know, she's still sitting there supporting. Granted, I always had to wear like a bright yellow or something Under Armour so they knew who I was, because you know, from up top, you know, for older people, you're like, hey, which one's my kid? They can't see the numbers, so they
Facts.
just like,
Yeah.
oh, they see the yellow, they're like, yep, that's Adam right there.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, once my son was able to play football, we put him in. His first year, I was like, I don't know if I have time to coach. I'm kind of gonna sit back. And then I'm like, I can't sit back. I want to be out there. And not only to coach my kid, but to coach other kids. Like this fall or this spring, I had a step away from coaching my son's team, and I went and coached some other boys. You know, I knew most of the boys from fall from last year, and it was great. Like these boys are just hyped. Their energy was great. They loved it. They're all, hey, can you be our coach and tackle? You know, everything like that, and that helps, and it brings enjoyment out of you. You're like, all right, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something good, and you know, it filters in with my everyday life. You know, because I don't stop when I'm off because you know I work. I deal
Yeah.
with kids at work.
Yeah.
I got three kids at home, and they got 10,000 friends that are always over. You know, so
Yeah.
it means a lot. It helps when these kids are just excited to see you, and they're like, hey, I want to go to practice.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, cool. I see Courtney wants to get in the chat. She said, "What is your favorite place to travel and why?"
Ooh. So here's the thing. We went to
Northwestern.
Arizona. Yeah, facts. Northwestern, baby. Nah, we went to Arizona for our honeymoon, and that was my first time ever in like the what was that be the Southwest. I
Yeah.
really liked it. I enjoyed Arizona a lot. I also was fortunate enough to go to San Diego. I've been to Mexico, and I've traveled a lot, like just from DJing and stuff like that. I've been afforded a lot of opportunity to see a decent amount of the country. Um, I would have to say, oh, dude, it's terrible. Don't worry. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
That versus geography. Yeah, watch out.
It's terrible, bro. Don't worry about it. I would
It's
say
on the map
Arizona.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
Arizona is my favorite place that I've been to.
Okay.
Florida used to be,
Yeah.
just because Florida's super nice, especially if you go at the right time. Like Florida's just so nice. But Arizona
Oh yeah, I wouldn't go there for
is
the cold weather.
yeah, Arizona was just beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like we stayed out in Tucson and like the drive down from the airport with all those like, the Red Rock Mountains and like
Hmm.
it was just it's different, dude. Like yeah, it's hot or whatever, but like it's different. I loved it. I absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. I want to get back. I told her when we were down there, like, hey,
Never been there.
we ain't gotta go home. I could just start the DJ business up
Mm.
out here. You know what I'm saying? Like we could just transfer. But
Get
it's
you on
hard
them
to
rocks.
leave. Hard to leave when your job loves you so much that they create a position for you. It's hard to walk away from that, and that's she's fortunate enough to have that relationship with
Yeah.
her. So we came back, but yeah, I really enjoyed. And on the flip side, I was kind of disappointed in San Diego because, like, you hear the phrase "sunny San Diego."
It was. I've been there. I wasn't a
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. Like
Yeah.
San Diego was kind of boring. I was like, "Ah, it's kind of boring. Like I'm out.
Yeah.
What about you? I know you've been around a couple places.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of places, but I can't steer away from our second home, Tennessee.
Yeah.
We got land down there. As my dad's, he built a lot for us. We lost him last June, and he did a lot for us. And he's like, "Hey, this land is our land. Like this is us." And we got like the best mountain view. It's great. It is our second home. Like everybody that knows us and everybody that's been there is like, "Hey, we don't want to leave.
Yeah.
We want to stay here. Like it's just great." Um, Jamaica was nice. I enjoyed Jamaica. You got that hot weather, but it's not that homey feel. It's not like, all right, well, I'm going to move here. Like, no, Tennessee is eventually where I plan to move and stay there because it's home. It
If I
feels
had
great,
known,
it-
if I
peaceful.
had, yeah, if I had known you was gonna say land that many times in succession, I would have had an audio clip ready. This land is our land.
Yeah, start singing it.
Yeah, right.
Hand over your heart.
Oh man. I had another question before Courtney's, and now I forgot. Uh,
Thanks, Court.
oh no, I should have typed it out. That's my fault. Let's
See.
just go with this. If you could, let's do this one. That's a good one. Ready?
Oh, yeah, my mind turning.
Here we go. If you could do like your first year of marriage over, how would you do it? Would you do it the same? Would you do things different? Like, was that first year, like, did that set the foundation for the future? Or was that first year like, we still trying to figure this out? You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't change anything about our first year. Look at us now. We're 12 years in. I'm young. Courtney's younger. We started at a young age and we knew what we wanted right away. I mean, we had our kid early and we just knew that the connection was there and we're like, all right, we're doing this. We're in this for the long run. We ain't going nowhere. So I wouldn't change anything at all. I think it's been great. It's just going to keep getting stronger, better, and we keep moving forward from everything and grow and grow and grow.
I hear that. I hear
Now,
that.
same to you. What would you do?
Yeah.
Would you change it? Would you keep it?
No, I think we did it right. Cause like, I'll never forget the fact that I left it in her hands to make the decision, rolled over one day like literally had just lost her grandparents. And so we were kind of dealing with some transitions and stuff like that. And then rolled over and was like, hey, like, do you want to have a big wedding? Obviously, I worked in the industry, kind of knew a thing or two about like costs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Or do we
expensive.
want to buy a house? And I left it in her hands, because you do that, right? Like, it's her wedding, this is her one shot to do it, whatever, and, she decided she wanted to buy a house, and I remember us having so much fun and stress, house hunting,
Mhm.
because we actually had we were actually just talking about it, we probably looked at, like, 7 places.
Mhm.
And actually the home that we ultimately ended up buying when we were looking through like the online catalog, Kelsey had just passed over because it didn't have curb appeal, right? We had just passed it
Oh,
over and was looking at other things. And went to one spot that we really, really liked a lot and literally left that spot and were called to put an offer in. And just like an hour beforehand, they already accepted an offer. So then we were
mm,
like, oh, okay, what are we doing here? Like, blah, blah, blah. So again, like I said, we ended up looking at a total of 7 spots before we gave this one a try. So then
right.
I was able to talk her into like, let's just go look at it. Like, cause it looks really nice. Like we could fix curb appeal. Um, and got in and she was like, oh, I love it. Like, this is great. And ended up in a bidding war with 4 other couples.
Oh.
So I had to come in a little over asking price, but
Hmm.
we had resources in hand, which helped. Um, and then, yeah, it was just all about at that point, like, it was nice because it was like we got married here, like we had our wedding basically here. Our party was here in our backyard, and it was just nice, uh, because it's like one less thing. I feel like when you get the hard stuff out of the way right away in that first year, then like the rest of it becomes easy,
It's
as
easy.
opposed to like
Yeah.
being married for a little bit. Then it's like, oh, okay, now we want to move from renting to buying, and like sometimes that can get kind of funny because you don't have those talks, right? Like you maybe you
Yeah.
do, but a lot of people don't. It's amazing to me how much people don't talk to each other before they get married. And like, if there's any rule of thumb that I'll tell any young person, it's like, you need to live with this person before you marry them. You ain't like
Yeah.
this whole, oh, we've never lived together. Now we're going to move together for the first time after we're
It's
married.
gonna be chaotic.
Absolutely not. Nah. I need a 6 month trial before I,
Yeah,
before, you
you
know what I'm
gotta you
saying?
gotta
Like,
know what you're getting into
yeah,
before you get into it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you
I
could be
need,
married, but if you ain't never lived together and you're like, "Hey, we're moving in," you're like,
yeah,
"Oh man, this
yeah,
this is rough."
right. Yeah. You need a 6 month trial. So like,
Yeah,
um, but I wouldn't change our first year. It was really, we did a lot. It was a lot of transitioning and just a lot of big stuff right away.
yeah.
And so yeah, nah, it was cool.
And
The
now
first year
now
was
look at you
cool.
guys.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know. Yeah,
It's
I had a
crazy.
small wedding. I had it at my grandma's house. We my aunt made the wedding cake. My uncle married us.
Yeah,
I
the
think
only
we
thing was missing was
chain
me. I told
rituals or
Courtney, y'all messed up. You should have had me as your. I was a backyard specialist back then.
something. We plugged our phone in and used a speaker. That's what we did. It
Shh,
wasn't.
don't say that.
It, oh no, I'm saying it. It wasn't, and everyone's like, "Oh, you don't want to see your wife before like in her wedding dress." Man, I went and picked out Courtney's wedding dress and I was with her when we bought
Girl, say it again.
it. you know,
Yeah.
I see we got somebody asking, "What's our goal with this podcast?"
Ooh, that's a really good question, actually. And I read it a few minutes ago, and I started kind of racking my
You're
brain.
thinking about it. That's why you're kind of looking
Yeah,
around like, hmm. I think our goal is just to kind of talk, express ourselves, talk about, life, coaching,
yeah.
dealing with everything, juggling everything in the air, and trying to help people out. If they need help, join into our podcast. We'll try to talk and see if we can help out and spread the word.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's the thing is like help, right? Like, ooh, we're not on here spewing out all these letters after our names telling you we're experts in anything. We just have been blessed to live a lot of life and experience a lot, good and bad, right? Like we've just experienced a lot, good and bad. And it just felt like again where we're in a space where talking I feel like people have forgotten how to communicate and people have forgotten how to talk. And the last couple of years have really showcased that to me just through, like I say, I do a lot of peer to peer interactions, whether it's through education, whether it's through what I do with DJing, and as far as running my own business and the content side of things, right? I get it. This is a little bit more impersonal, but the point is to make it personal. Like I mentioned earlier, that's why we have the interactivity of the live chats, and we hope more people have the live chats. And we'll be bringing in some guests, right? Like we'll have other dads, we'll have some moms, the kids, whoever.
Yeah.
Like if it makes sense for the topic or it makes sense for where we're at, we're always open to have additional people with us and to just continue to the big thing is like I said, it's about helping, right? Like we hope to help some other folks feel heard, understand that what they're going through is not too overwhelming, that other people have gone through it, and just that it's the real nitty-gritty of life, right? Like life is life and sometimes and that's just the way it is, but maybe you hear that, when you're scrolling through and just don't even know that that's the case because if you watched my little ad for tonight's
Hmm.
episode, like it's a highlight reel. Everybody's willing to share their highlight reel online. Nobody's willing to share like the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The filters, the everything, right? Like that's what
That's
we
why we are
see.
unfiltered.
Correct. And that's what we see every day. That's what we're exposed to. That's what our kids are exposed to. And so just being able to navigate through that and like let them know that like, hey, life is still real. Like this is the reality.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping to help everybody realize and,
Yeah,
like,
and
not shy
listening to
away
somebody
from.
else talk about it, it'll help.
Yeah,
And obviously we throw in our sports and our coaching stuff, and
yeah,
but I mean our main focus is life.
yeah,
That's our goal.
yep,
Ch-
yeah.
So yeah, um,
Any more questions? Look at that, we made it 40 minutes without even thinking about it, that was great.
yeah. Now I'm thinking about it. Trying to think of a question that'll get your mind really going.
May go over to Twitch so I don't have to see Dev in 1440p. What, you want that young 4K? Is that what you saying? I know, what?
Let's see.
Let's see. That was a really good question. Who asked us that? Our man Ben. You
Ben.
must know Ben.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Ben.
I work with him. Ben's a
Oh,
great guy.
nice.
He's a big music guy. He does some covers and does some music out at some
Cool.
places.
Okay. Outstanding.
I think he actually does a if I can recall, Ben, I think you did your own podcast for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Fantastic.
Uh, I don't know what else.
Fantastic.
What's in the gym tomorrow? Chest day tomorrow?
It is. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do my curls downstairs once we get done
Cur-
here.
Curls are
Actually.
for the girls.
Curls are for the girls, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Kelsey, I need you to keep an eye on him though. I want you to make sure he ain't curling those 15 pounders.
Wild. The insecurity is wild right now. Insecurity is wild right now. All right, so somebody asked what we had on deck for episode 2. How do we not curse at umps because they be testing a Rican? Hey, I'll
Uh-oh.
talk. I'll have to. I'll make sure I'll hit the line for you. I'll hit the line for you. No problem. All right, so we were actually thinking about going with one of these. Yeah, we can make a decision right now. Do you want to do? I'll give you 3, and I'll let you
Uh-oh.
decide. All right. So I have 3 topics that I would like to do next.
Do we
Um.
want to vote on it, or do we want some of the people in the chat to kind of vote on it?
mm,
Let's see what they say.
okay. We could do. Yeah. Chat.
We'll do a
Chime
little bit
in.
of we'll do a little
Yeah.
bit of both.
We'll let the chat chime in. All right. So we'll do A, B, and C, so that way it's easy for the chat to go ahead and do it. All right. So A is, so you're a dad now. And it would be about how becoming a dad changed us, our expectations versus the reality, and our perspectives on fatherhood versus like our dad's generation. So that's A. B would be our first sports opportunity, which would be Weekend Warriors, youth sports and sideline life. So it would be all about coaching, cheering, and losing your voice at Saturday, Sunday games, and then the balance between competitiveness and just having fun, right? Because like they're still kids, right? So we got to take
Yeah.
care of the kids. And then the last one would be C, which is legacy mode, what we want our kids to remember. So it's very important that we make sure they know the kind of men and fathers that we are and are still striving to hope to be. And it would actually be a little bit of homework for me and Adam because we would have to write a letter.
Someone already said C. He didn't let you
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah. We
Uh-oh,
would
there.
have oh man, yeah, we would have to write a
Oh
letter.
my
Oh,
goodness. Yeah.
yeah, so we'd have to
Well,
write a letter to like our future kids and like, how that works as far as not our
they might
future
not be able
kids,
to
but
read
you
my
know what I mean,
handwriting.
letter for like the future or whatever the case is. Even
Future kids. I don't
Courtney?
know if we're having any more
No, no, no,
kids,
not
man.
future kids, but like letter from the future for our kids. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here's what I wanted to,
Looks like they already picked for us.
blase blah. All right. So legacy mode it is. All right. Love that.
What if I said D, none of the above?
Yeah, D none you got one? Throw one out that you got.
uh, no.
He's like, I'm not coming back. I'm out
Oh,
already.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
out
that was a great
already.
show. See you guys later.
Yeah, it was great. Hey, we launched. That's all we
Oh,
needed to
oh,
do.
we got a couple A's coming in.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A was pretty good. I do like A. I do like
Oh,
A.
so you're
C.
saying A?
I so here's the thing. I like A. Um But C
Oh,
is pretty cool, but I do like A. I have a lot of topics we
Courtney's
can
already
plan out the
taking
next
notes.
10 shows.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I
And you
told
know
y'all
she's
it's a whole team.
and you want to talk about homework. Once she
Yeah.
puts those topics down, yeah, we're gonna have to do some studying
Yeah.
because she's probably writing them down right now
Facts.
upstairs.
They're probably in the note right now. She in the shared note right now writing stuff down.
Adding them all to the group.
Facts. Yeah.
We
We
need
need
to
to do
do both
both
eventually.
eventually. Facts. I
Absolutely.
do I do think that
Well, we
um
can maybe even split it up. We could probably do A and C in one.
it's
Granted, I don't know how
plausible.
long we might be talking, but
Yeah. It's plausible.
possibly
Um
30 minutes on one topic, 30 minutes on the other.
you running time? You running point on that? Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm hearing. You running point on
I
that.
can. I can run point on it.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. I genuinely think both of them have a nice long conversation. I think A is
Yeah.
more conversational than C, in
Yeah.
my
C is more kind
opinion.
of just
Yeah, I think A is more conversational than C. I like A, but I also like C, and like she said, we're gonna get to both anyways. Not yet. What did your fathers do better than you? What do you do better than them? Look, Ben already killing A. I like that actually. I'm gonna add that right now.
and knows.
Yeah, I'm gonna add
Yeah,
that
that's
right
I
now.
told you. Yeah, Ben had his podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that right now, actually. I like that a lot.
I know Ben was messaging me earlier asking, a little bit about details and stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully I got to you in enough time to let you know. I mean, you got my number. You can always text me. I know he went through. I think he went through TikTok to message me, and I don't have like the updates to when somebody messaged me on TikTok. So I
Gotcha.
seen it a couple hours after. So
I like
uh,
that. I actually think Ben is gonna win. I think we're gonna do A first. Yeah. I
yeah.
think we're gonna
So
do A
A
because we'll
A it
add.
is.
Yeah, we're gonna add. So our next episode will be titled "So You're a Dad Now," and it'll be about how becoming a dad changed us. Kelsey is gonna love this because she'll tell you that I was a completely different human being before Riley Jane Johnson entered the world. And truthfully, even before Riley Jane entered the world, as soon as I knew she was a thing, Kelsey will tell you that I
A thing. You don't want
absolutely
to say a
a
thing.
thing, an embryo, whatever
You'll
word you
call it
wanna
a
call
thing.
it, you know what I'm saying? A
A
fetus,
baby.
a baby, all the once it became a heavenly bump inside of my wife, changed everything,
You
you know what I'm
the
saying?
switch, just like that.
Telling you, and, like, so serious.
Yeah.
Uh, and I know you mentioned you lost your dad. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna talk. I'm gonna
Yeah.
save my story, for next episode because, yeah, I ain't got the time today.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah. Oh,
All
me
right,
and Bree's
bet.
gonna be
That's
on
where
here
it's
for
at.
another 2
So
hours.
facts. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's a good one. I like it. So uh let's do can okay, so the wait a minute. You're on midnights. So if you're off on the 17th, does that mean you don't go into work until midnight on the 18th?
Did I write it down for you?
Right. So
Do you have it
617.
written down? Let me see it. Let me see it.
Okay, so 617 you're off.
6:17. I'm off, and I can't even see.
617 you're off and 616 you're off. So does that mean you go in on 618 at
Yep.
9?
At night. Yep.
Okay. All right. So then 617, 1 week from today, same time, same channel, we'll be live for topic number 2, which is So You're a Dad Now. It's decided. Thank you for all that you've done uh to help us decide. Like they said, we'll get to all of them. That was the whole point of us having the conversation last night. But yeah, that's the next
And if
one.
you guys do have more questions and we're not online, I'm sure a lot of you guys know our numbers, or you can go on our Facebook and shoot out topics, shoot out questions you think that we should throw in there. It helps us out, and
So
it helps
chat.
you guys out. We'll give you guys a little shout out. Hey, we had a question from blah blah blah, and here we go.
So we're gonna teach Adam live and in living color. Okay. Do not text him. We need your interaction on our platforms. Leave those
True.
comments. Okay.
Hey, this is the first
So
time I'm
I'm
learning.
we're teaching you right
We'll
now. See,
get
it's
there.
not even a bad thing. Yeah, we're teaching you right now. So yeah, don't text him. Don't text him. While he
Yeah,
loved to
don't
hear
text
from you, don't text him about the podcast. If you have anything podcast related, please do us a favor and leave those comments on the podcast. All right. So whether it is on our Facebook page or interact with any of our socials, I'll have some clips and stuff like that going up here over the next couple of days to help build this into episode 2. But yeah, anything that you'd like, unless you just want to tell him he did a great job for his first episode, which I also agree. I again need more sound effects buttons because I should be hitting the little button right now that gives you a little round of applause. But you did a fantastic job. So shout
We can,
out.
I can find it somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure you can with your little sound.
Let
If
me
you
see.
played the da da
Let me
da,
see.
I'm out. Hey, I swear I'll shut it. I knew
Hey,
it.
hey, DJ Dev. That's what I'm talking about.
Shut it
Gotta love
down. Shut it
it.
down. But
uh,
yeah, engagement is everything for us, especially if you know like where we want to be. Yes, we want to help, but you know what helps the most is engagement because the engagement helps create the reach. All right. So
yeah,
the engagement helps create the reach. The more you guys engage on all of our platforms, the larger the reach becomes and the more people get to see it. All right. So that would be the great and the best way for you guys to let us know. But yeah, topics, ideas, questions, we're here for all of it. And even constructive criticism. We love it all. So
yeah.
um that's it, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate everybody. I need to get Riley to bed because she needs to get up early. We can't be late.
Oh
I was
yeah.
almost late for work today. So yeah, she gotta go to bed.
Well,
And she
you
won't go
can't
to
be
bed
speeding
until
either, you know.
facts, you know what I'm saying? And then she won't go to bed until I sing to her. So I gotta go sing to her.
Uh-oh.
But hey,
Her eardrums ain't
fantastic.
broke yet?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just checking.
Fantastic job. Look, I'll give you a golf clap since you want to be a jerk.
Oh, you want it? Hold on, I got it for you. I'll play it for you.
Yeah,
Hold on, here
right.
we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Outstanding. Look
thank you,
at her.
thank
Ain't a
you, thank you, thank
soundboard. Okay. Hey, I love that.
you.
I
Uh,
appreciate you, man. Hey, thanks. Fantastic job. Seriously, you did a great job.
I try. I'm only gonna get better. It
Yeah.
comes with time,
And
and I got
everybody,
you as my backup. So we'll get
back
it
up.
together.
Wow. Wow. Back up. No, I'm just kidding. I got your 6 all day, every day. I got your 6 all day, every day. But no, seriously, everybody that was here, um, thank you so very much because you guys don't know, like this passion process product genuinely took a life of its own over like the last 7 to 10 days, and here we are. Super
Yeah,
proud of
right.
us. Again, thank you so much to our wives for believing in us and kind of pushing us to do this.
Yeah,
Um, and we just hope you'll join us in the next one. And again, if you can't make it live, I will be posting them, up on all those major platforms. And this VOD will stay live on YouTube. So feel free to give us those watch hours. If you got a family member, specifically a dad, I guess we'll say, we want everybody to watch, but we're obviously catering to the dads that you think, hey
hmm
man, I think these guys would be really cool and come join our conversation. We would love that. As we continue to grow, I think that I'll probably get us a nice little Discord community started up so we can always have opportunities to chit chat with one another, even when we're not online. Because again, we want a community and we're here to help it and to
Yep.
be able to be a beacon
Oh,
of hope and positivity and all that good jazz. So,
Celia wants you to sing her sleep.
ooh. Send me the Addy. Send me the Addy. Oh no, just hit me
Mhm.
on FaceTime. Hit me on the young
Oh
FaceTime.
my goodness, his phone
Yeah.
might broke. It might shatter.
Okay. I don't know about you, but
I mean, I've heard you sing in the car. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty solid. Don't act like you wasn't singing along. Stop it.
I
The
sing all the time.
national
That's my
anthem
thing.
clip, yeah, the national anthem clip
Oh.
is fire. So, but all right, guys, we're gonna get out of
That's
here.
it. Yep.
Again, I gotta do the regular thing. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you share it. Make sure you like it. And let everybody know that we're here because we're here to stay. Uh, if you type in Coaching Dads Unfiltered on any of the major platforms and any of the major social media, you will see us pop up. Um, and we've got some really cool stuff planned over the next couple of months. I mean, seriously, like actually, seriously, I have Adam's entire schedule right
Hmm.
here over the
Yeah.
next couple of months. And I guess I can let you know right now, too, we'll have about a week long break from the live streams for the podcast, but we will still post the VODs and audios. So you won't have to
Right.
miss us for long, but it'll be a little bit different. So, um,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you got anything you want to add before we say goodbye?
And just my kids standing here waiting to say hi and goodbye.
Oh,
Come on in. You can say hi and bye.
there she is. That's a
There's
beautiful little
Emma.
Emma. Look at Luke.
Emma and I got Luke in the back. My other one,
Uh,
she's out at a softball game with her friends. So
She'll
Yeah.
never be home.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the kids are busy and they want to go out and do their
Mhm.
thing. So you sometimes just got to let them.
I
Uh oh.
understand. I understand.
Breaking phones.
All right,
All right.
Luke.
Well, I
You
think
let me
that's it
know.
for
You let me know
for
when you want me
everybody.
to
And
drop 92 again, Luke. You just let me know.
you can say hi on the microphone. Go ahead.
Bye.
She said it best. I ain't gonna beat that. Have a good night,
All
guys.
right.
We'll see you later.
All right. Take care,
Peace.
guys. Peace out.